Almost 2 weeks ago at this point, I made a video about one of my personal favorite, and also forgotten, FNAF animatronics from the whole series. That being Endo from FNAF World. Well, that video kinda blew up. Like, way more than I could have ever expected. And while the comment section mostly agreed with the video, a couple of people were quick to point out that there are plenty of other FNAF animatronics that are equally forgotten by both Scott himself and a large portion of the fanbase. So many comments, in fact, that I felt the need to make this video, which is sort of a part 2, but can also be watched without having seen the other video. So stick around even if you haven't seen part 1. I decided to go to my community tab and ask my fans what other FNAF animatronics they felt were forgotten. And oh boy, did I get a lot of replies. So many, in fact, that I don't think I could fit every forgotten character into one video. So, welcome to my first channel series, I guess, Forgot or Not. This is where I will go over FNAF animatronics that you guys have submitted to me and decide whether they have been forgotten or if your memory is just bad. I plan on doing more of these over the year if this does well, so comment down below what other animatronics you want me to talk about in a potential part 3, and I might feature you in that episode. Endo plush is easily the most talked about forgotten character in my comment section of the last video, so let's start with them. They appeared in FNAF World, and that's it. Not only that, they are literally a filler character in the only game they appear in. Not even joking, their loading screen says, "because character quota." So even Scott knew this character was a very nothing addition, included just to fill the roster. Endo plush genuinely has no reason to exist. If Scott was really desperate for characters to include, Withered Golden Freddy was right there and would have filled up that slot perfectly fine. What is Endo plush even supposed to be? Plush Trap's endoskeleton? That's my best guess, but they have completely different eyes. This isn't even a Mendo situation where they deserve to at least appear in a different game in some form. Endo plush was seriously doomed from the start to be stuck in this game forever. I wish I had more to say about this character, but that's pretty much it. They are definitely forgotten, but they probably deserve to be. One more FNAF World character that I would like to talk about in this video is Virtua Freddy. Unlike Endo plush, this character is much more interesting, and I have a lot more to talk about. The concept of Virtua Freddy is already really cool, being a secret wireframe version of Adventure Freddy. You can even somewhat see the endoskeleton inside of the wireframe, which is a great little detail. Unlike every other playable character in FNAF World, they can't be added to your party like normal. Instead, one of the characters with the attack Mimic Ball must use it in order to summon Virtua Freddy. He will then repeat the last used attack, hence the name Mimic Ball. This character is the only non-playable character to get a loading screen, being a cheeky reference to how he only shows up for a very short period of time to do an attack. Virtua Freddy is definitely forgotten, but unlike Endo plush, he probably could have come back as an Easter egg in a game like Ultimate Custom Night. The idea of seeing a green wireframe version of Freddy on the cameras or in your office is just super cool to me, and reminds me of old secret characters like Shadow Bonnie or even the OG Golden Freddy. Moving out of FNAF World characters for now, let's talk about some potentially forgotten animatronics from the main series. Starting with an interesting one that I didn't really give much thought before, we have Biddy and Electrobab. On first glance, you probably think, of course not, Biddy is plastered all over Sister Location. But that's actually pretty much it. They appear in one of the offices in UCN and have a small cameo in Help Wanted, but other than that, they are pretty much unused outside of their first appearance. This wouldn't be all that interesting if it wasn't for the fact that their sidekick counterpart, the Mini-Rinas, have gotten way more attention than they have. They have an actual antagonist role in UCN, not just an Easter egg one, once again cameo in Help Wanted, and even showed up in both a Fazbear Frights book and FNAF AR Special Delivery. Now, it's pretty obvious why this is the case, being that Mini-Rinas are way easier to add into a game thanks to their main role just being blocking out the player's vision. Even with all that though, I wouldn't say that the Biddy Babs are very forgotten. Sister Location is such an important game that even if they really only had one main appearance, it's an appearance that's hard to forget. Now, the electrobabs, on the other hand, are forgotten as hell. They only appear on the custom night of Sister Location, and nowhere else. That's it. I would argue that they are even forgettable within their own game mode, thanks to characters such as Lolbit and Endo being more clear standout characters from custom night. The electrobabs are just really weird, and kind of a lame addition regardless, probably only being included because it's an easy reuse of the Biddy Bab model. Final verdict, Biddy Bab, not forgotten, Electrobab, forgotten and should probably stay forgotten. I'm gonna end off this episode with some forgotten characters from Pizzeria Simulator. This game had a ton of random-ass animatronics added for the Tycoon section, which makes sense of course, but obviously with so many additions, a couple of them were bound to be forgotten. This brings us to the Juice Clowns. We have the Lemonade Clown and the Fruit Punch Clown, both sharing the exact same model and the exact same minigame.
Lemonade for everyone. Fruit punch for everyone.
Other than that, they pretty much do nothing. The only memorable aspect of these characters is that the Fruit Punch Clown has a rare chance to say a threatening quote when you win.
Tell anyone about this and I cut your throat.
Which gives them a couple points over the Lemonade Clown. For that reason, the Fruit Punch Clown is like semi-forgotten, semi-not, but the Lemonade Clown is just hopeless. I'm sorry, there's no memorable qualities about this character. Finally, we have an animatronic, or I guess robot, that I would consider in the running for the most forgettable quote-unquote character of all time. When you get the Insanity ending in Pizza Sim, a series of blueprints are shown on screen. One of these blueprints is for a tiny robot on wheels that is called RASC, or Remote Activated Simulated C. Going off the small appearance and the fact that it has audio capabilities and navigational sensors, it's pretty safe to say that this is the audio lure that you control from your computer during the office sections of Pizza Sim. The C in the acronym in that case probably stands for child, since audio lures in FNAF are typically depicted as a childlike voice luring the animatronic away. No official renders of this little robot exist, but there are some awesome fan ones that show what it might look like. This robot doesn't even have a wiki page, which makes sense, but that's like the pinnacle of being forgotten, right? Would have been cool if they appeared in The Office in UCN or something, since that game uses an audio lure, but as of now, and probably forever, this is the only time we have ever seen this character. And with that aside, that wraps up the first, or I guess second, episode of Forgot or Not. Like I said earlier, let me know some more characters you'd like to see in the comments below, and I might feature you in episode 3, if it ever happens. Also, we are on the home stretch to 100,000 subscribers, which is just crazy. So if you want more FNAF content just like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Tune in for next time when I talk about one of the best FNAF fan games ever made. I'll let you speculate in the comments. See you then, everyone.
Anyway, this leads me to point number 4, which is, if his eyes do go black, you're pretty much screwed, because that means he went full crazy and now he's in attack mode. And quite frankly, even putting on the Freddy mask won't save you then. Yup, at this point, you might as well just press escape and quit the game.